Ladies and gentlemen, stop right now. Everything you think you know about success is probably wrong. Everything you've been told about how to live is probably keeping you stuck. But I'm about to give you rules, non-negotiable principles that will change your life forever if you have the courage to follow them. Let me tell you something that nobody wants to admit. Most people are living by rules that were designed to keep them average. They're following a script that was written by people who never achieved anything extraordinary. They're taking advice from broke people about money, from unhealthy people about fitness, from unhappy people about life. And then they wonder why they're stuck in the same place year after year after year. But not you. Not anymore. Not after today. I'm about to break down rules that separate the winners from the losers, the successful from the mediocre, the extraordinary from the ordinary. These aren't suggestions. These aren't nice ideas. These are commandments. These are laws. These are the principles that every single person who has ever achieved anything great has lived by, whether they articulated them or not. And if you want to join the ranks of the elite, if you want to transform your life, if you want to become the person you were created to be, you need to internalize these rules and live by them every single day without exception. Rule number one, take full ownership of your life. Listen to me carefully. Everything in your life right now, everything is a result of the choices you've made and the actions you've taken or failed to take. I don't care what happened to you. I don't care about your past. I don't care about your circumstances. I don't care who hurt you, who left you, who doubted you, or who failed you. None of that matters as much as what you're going to do about it right now. The moment you take radical ownership of your life is the moment everything changes. Stop blaming your parents for not giving you a better start. Stop blaming the economy for your financial situation. Stop blaming your boss for not recognizing your talent. Stop blaming your ex for breaking your heart. Stop blaming society for your lack of opportunities. Stop blaming, period. Because every second you spend blaming is a second you're not spending building. Every ounce of energy you use pointing fingers is energy you're not using to move forward. Blame is the drug of losers. Ownership is the weapon of champions. You are not a victim. You might have been victimized, but you're not a victim. There's a difference. What happened to you is your history, but what you do about it is your destiny. You have the power to change your story. You have the ability to rewrite your narrative, but you can't do that if you're still giving your power away to circumstances and people who are no longer even in your life. Take your power back. Own your decisions. Own your mistakes. Own your future. Because the moment you say, this is on me and I'm going to fix it, you become unstoppable. Here's what ownership looks like in real life. You're broke, own it. Then figure out how to make more money. You're out of shape, own it. Then figure out how to transform your body. You're in a dead-end job, own it. Then figure out how to acquire the skills you need to level up. You're lonely, own it. Then figure out how to become the type of person who attracts quality relationships. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting for life to get easier. It's not going to get easier. You're going to get stronger. But that only happens when you take ownership. Rule number two, outworker everyone. There is no substitute for hard work. None. Talent without work ethic is wasted potential. Intelligence without execution is worthless. Dreams without hustle are just fantasies. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you're not willing to outwork everyone else, Someone with average ideas and extraordinary work ethic is going to beat you every single time. And that's not unfair. That's justice, because success doesn't owe you anything. Success doesn't care about your potential. Success only responds to your effort. You want to know why you're not where you want to be. You're not working hard enough. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know you want me to tell you there's a shortcut or a hack or a secret that will get you there faster. But there isn't. The secret is work. The hack is more work. The shortcut is working while everyone else is sleeping, partying, scrolling, or making excuses. You want what successful people have. Do what successful people do. And what they do is work when they don't feel like it. They work when they're tired. They work when they're discouraged. They work when nobody's watching. They work when there's no guarantee it will pay off. Let me paint you a picture. While you're sleeping 8 hours, someone is sleeping 6 and using those extra 2 hours to get ahead. While you're watching TV for 3 hours every night, someone is studying, building, creating, and developing skills. While you're scrolling social media for 2 hours a day, someone is networking, learning, and making moves. At the end of the week, they've got us more hours of productive work than you. At the end of the month, that's about Sir's hours. At the end of the year, that's nearly Ealing hours. That's why they're winning, and you're wondering what happened. But here's the thing about outworking everyone. It's not just about quantity, it's about intensity. You can work shorter hours and get nothing done, or you can work 4 hours with extreme focus and change your life. It's about eliminating distractions. It's about working with purpose. It's about being present in what you're doing. Most people are at work, but they're not working. They're physically present, but mentally absent. They're going through the motions, but not producing results. You need to work like every hour counts, because it does. You need to work like someone's trying to take your spot, because they are. Rule number 3, invest in yourself daily. You are your greatest asset, not your car, not your house, not your job. And just like any asset, you need to be maintained and improved, or you depreciate in value. Every single day, you need to be investing in yourself. You need to be reading. You need to be learning. You need to be practicing. You need to be growing. Because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. There is no standing still in life. You're either growing or dying. You're either progressing or regressing. You're either moving forward or falling behind. Most people spend more time planning their vacation than they do planning their personal development. They'll spend hours researching the best deal on a TV, but that won't spend hours minutes reading a book that could change their life. They'll invest thousands in a new car, but won't invest hundreds in a course that could multiply their income. They'll spend money on things that depreciate, but won't invest in themselves, the one thing that appreciates. And then they wonder why they're stuck at the same income level, the same skill level, the same life level year after year. I'm going to give you a formula that will transform your life every single day. Do these 3 things. First, read for at least 10 minutes. Feed your mind with knowledge from people who have accomplished what you want to accomplish. Second, exercise for at least 10 minutes. Your body is the vehicle that carries your dreams. You can't drive a broken down car to your destination. Third, practice your craft for at least 1 hour. Whatever skill you need to master to achieve your goals, work on it daily. That's just 2 hours a day. If you can't find 2 hours a day to invest in yourself, you're not serious about success. Here's what's going to happen when you commit to daily self-investment. In 6 months, you're going to be a completely different person. In 1 year, people won't even recognize you. In 5 years, you're going to look back and not believe where you came from. But it starts with the decision to make yourself a priority. It starts with understanding that the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. It starts with treating your personal development like it's not optional, because it's not. Your growth is your responsibility. Your education is your responsibility. Your transformation is your responsibility. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Rule number 4, EMB race, discomfort. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. Every goal you have requires you to do things you've never done. Every level you want to reach requires you to become someone you've never been. And that process is uncomfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Transformation is uncomfortable. But you know what else is uncomfortable? Staying broke, staying out of shape, staying stuck, staying unfulfilled. You're going to be uncomfortable either way. The question is, which discomfort are you going to choose? Most people spend their entire lives avoiding discomfort. They stay in relationships that don't serve them because leaving is uncomfortable. They stay in jobs they hate because job searching is uncomfortable. They stay out of shape because working out is uncomfortable. They stay broke because learning about money is uncomfortable. They stay average because being extraordinary is uncomfortable. And then they die with regret, which is the most uncomfortable feeling of all. The discomfort of regret lasts forever. The discomfort is temporary. I need you to rewire your relationship with discomfort. Instead of running from it, run toward it. Instead of avoiding it, seek it out. Because discomfort is a sign that you're growing. Discomfort means you're challenging yourself. Discomfort means you're pushing past your limits. If you're comfortable all the time, you're not growing, you're stagnating. You're in a comfort zone that's slowly suffocating your potential. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's where potential becomes regret. It's where warriors become wimps. Let me give you some examples of necessary discomfort. It's uncomfortable to wake up at 2 a.m. when you could sleep until chi. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to work out when your muscles are sore. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to save money when you want to buy things you don't need. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to have difficult conversations. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to fail in front of people. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to admit you're wrong. Do it anyway. It's uncomfortable to ask for help. Do it anyway. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're building the life you want. Every time you choose comfort over discomfort, you're settling for the life you have. Rule number 5, product your time like it's gold. Time is the only resource you can never get back. You can make more money. You can build new relationships. You can start over in a new career. But you can never get back a single second that's passed. Every moment you waste is gone forever. Every hour you give to something that doesn't serve your vision is an hour you'll never get back. Every day you procrastinate is a day you lose in the race toward your goals. Time is your most valuable asset, and most people are throwing it away like it's worthless. Here's a hard truth. If you're not protective of your time, everyone will steal it. Your family will steal it with unnecessary drama. Your friends will steal it with meaningless hangouts. Your coworkers will steal it with pointless conversations. Social media will steal it with endless scrolling. Entertainment will steal it with binge watching. Your phone will steal it with constant notifications. And before you know it, years have passed and you have nothing to show for all that time except regret. You need to guard your time like it's the most precious thing you own because it is. I want you to do an audit right now. Think about how you spent the last week. How many hours did you spend on activities that moved you closer to your goals? How many hours did you waste on activities that gave you temporary pleasure but no lasting value? How many hours did you give away to people and things that don't matter? If you're honest with yourself, you'll probably realize that you're wasting at least Earth or Sayers hours a week. That's a part-time job's worth of time that you could be using to build the life you want. Starting today, you need to become ruthless with your time. Say no to things that don't align with your vision. Cut off conversations that drain your energy. Stop attending events just because you were invited. Stop saying yes to everyone when you should be saying yes to yourself. Stop giving your time away for free to people who wouldn't do the same for you. Your time is the currency of your life. Spend it wisely. Invest it in things that compound. Protect it from thieves. Because at the end of your life, you won't regret the time you spent chasing your dreams. You'll regret the time you wasted doing everything else. Rule number 6, surround yourself with excellency. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Show me the 5 people you spend the most time with and I'll predict your income, your habits, your mindset, and your trajectory. You become like the people you surround yourself with. If you hang around broke people, you'll stay broke. If you hang around negative people, you'll stay negative. If you hang around people with no ambition, you'll have no ambition. If you hang around people who make excuses, you'll make excuses. This isn't theory, this is science. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now look at your circle. Who are you spending your time with? Are they pushing you to be better or pulling you to stay the same? Are they celebrating your wins or secretly hoping you fail? Are they talking about dreams or complaining about problems? Are they building or destroying? Are they adding value to your life or draining it? Be honest. Because if you're surrounded by people who are going nowhere, you're going nowhere with them. And loyalty to the wrong people is disloyalty to yourself. I know what you're thinking, but these are my friends. We've been through a lot together. I get it. I respect loyalty. But let me ask you this. Are they loyal to your future or just to your past? Are they supporting who you're becoming or trying to keep you as who you were? Because some people can't handle your growth. Your transformation threatens them. Your discipline reminds them of their lack of discipline. Your progress makes them feel left behind. And instead of stepping up, they'll try to pull you down. You need to make a decision. Do you want to be loyal to people who are holding you back? Or do you want to be loyal to the person you're meant to become? You need to upgrade your circle. Find people who are ahead of where you want to be. Find mentors who have accomplished what you're trying to accomplish. Find peers who are on the same mission. Find people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. Find people who celebrate your wins and hold you accountable when you slack. Find people who talk about ideas, not people. Find people who are building empires, not making excuses. And when you find these people, attach yourself to them, learn from them, model them, absorb their energy. Because excellence is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Choose wisely. Rule number 7, fail fast and fail forward. You're going to fail. I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. Everyone who has ever achieved anything significant has failed multiple times on the way to success. The difference between people who make it and people who don't isn't that successful people never fail. It's that they fail differently. They fail fast. They fail forward. They extract the lesson from the failure and immediately apply it. They don't dwell on the failure. They don't let it define them. They use it as fuel to get better. Most people are so afraid of failure that they never even try. They stay in their safe little box, dreaming about what could be, but never taking action because they're terrified of what might go wrong. Let me tell you something. The biggest failure is not trying at all. The biggest mistake is letting fear keep you from pursuing your potential. You can recover from a failed business. You can recover from a failed relationship. You can recover from a failed attempt. But you can't recover from a life unlived. You can't recover from dreams that died in your mind because you were too scared to bring them to life. When you fail, and you will fail, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can see it as the end, or you can see it as feedback. You can focus on what went wrong, or you can focus on what you learned. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every loss is an opportunity to gain wisdom. But you only get these benefits if you have the right perspective. If you see failure as fatal, you'll quit. If you see failure as feedback, you'll improve. The most successful people in the world have failed more than you've even tried. Michael Jordan missed over Joe Ling shots. Thomas Edison failed Shu Ling times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling was rejected by sure publishers before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. Colonel Sanders was rejected EJO times before someone bought his chicken recipe. What made them great wasn't their lack of failure. It was their response to failure. They failed forward. They learned, they adjusted, they tried again, and eventually they won. That's your path too. Fail fast. Learn quickly. Adjust immediately. Try again. Keep moving forward until you break through. Rule number 8, develop unshakable discipline. Motivation is garbage. I said it. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is an emotion. Motivation comes and goes. You're motivated today, but what about tomorrow when you don't feel like it? What about next week when things get hard? What about next month when you're tired, frustrated, and ready to quit? Motivation will leave you stranded. But discipline will carry you through. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is showing up when no one is watching. Discipline is keeping your promises to yourself when breaking them would be easier. Most people operate on feelings. If they feel like working out, they work out. If they feel like working on their business, they work on it. If they feel like being productive, they're productive. But feelings are unreliable. Feelings change with the weather. Feelings are influenced by a bad night's sleep, or a negative comment, or a disappointing result. If you wait until you feel like doing something, you'll be waiting forever. Successful people don't wait to feel like it. They have a standard. They have a routine. They have discipline. They do what needs to be done regardless of how they feel. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you do something you don't feel like doing, you're building discipline. Every time you keep a commitment to yourself, you're strengthening discipline. Every time you choose what's important over what's easy, you're developing discipline. Start small. Wake up census minutes earlier than usual. Do horses push-ups every morning. Read sec pages before bed. Keep these commitments for census days straight. No excuses, no exceptions. Watch how your confidence grows. Watch how your self-respect increases. Watch how your results improve. Here's the secret about discipline that nobody tells you. Once you develop it in one area, it spills over into every other area of your life. When you become disciplined with your health, you become more disciplined with your money. When you become disciplined with your time, you become more disciplined with your relationships. When you become disciplined with your habits, you become more disciplined with your goals. Discipline is a master skill. It's the foundation that everything else is built on. Without discipline, you have nothing but dreams and excuses. With discipline, you have the power to create the life you've always imagined. Rule number 9, give more than you take. Success is not about what you get. Success is about what you give. The most fulfilled people on the planet are those who have dedicated their lives to serving others. The wealthiest people are those who have solved problems for the most people. The most respected people are those who have added the most value. If you want to be successful, stop asking what you can get and start asking what you can give. Stop focusing on what's in it for you and start focusing on how you can help others. Stop being a taker and become a giver. Here's a principle that will change your life. The more value you provide, the more valuable you become. If you want to make more money, help more people solve their problems. If you want better relationships, add more value to the people in your life. If you want opportunities, create opportunities for others. If you want people to invest in you, invest in them first. Stop walking around with your hand out, waiting for someone to give you something. Walk around with your hands full, ready to give something to someone else. Most people have this backward. They think they need to give first before they can give. They think they need to be rich before they can be generous. They think they need to be successful before they can help others. But it doesn't work that way. Giving is not the result of success, it's the cause of success. When you develop a giving mentality, opportunities come to you. When you become known as someone who adds value, people want to be around you. When you focus on helping others win, you create a network of people who want to help you win. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your time, your knowledge, your energy, your skills, your encouragement, your presence. Give someone an hour of your time to help them solve a problem. Give someone advice that could save them years of struggle. Give someone encouragement when they're about to quit. Give someone your full attention when they need to talk. Give someone a genuine compliment. Give someone grace when they make a mistake. The world is full of takers. Be a giver. The world is full of people looking for help. Be a helper. The world is full of people focused on themselves. Be focused on others. When you give more than you take, you'll receive more than you can imagine. Rule number 10, never stop leaning. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. The moment you think you've arrived is the moment you start declining. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying. There is no such thing as I've made it. There is no finish line. There is no destination where you can just coast for the rest of your life. Life is about continuous growth, continuous learning, continuous evolution. The best in the world in any field are students for life. They never stop asking questions. They never stop reading. They never stop seeking wisdom. They never stop improving. Look at the most successful people in the world. What do they all have in common? They read. Warren Buffett reads who byte pages a day. Bill Gates reads whose books a year. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science by reading books. Oprah credits her success to her love of reading. They're all lifelong learners. They understand that knowledge is power. They understand that the person who stops learning is the person who stops earning. They understand that in a world that's constantly changing, you need to be constantly learning just to keep up and constantly evolving to get ahead. Most people stop learning the moment they leave school. They think education is something that ends when you get a degree. But formal education is just the beginning. Real education happens when you take responsibility for your own learning. Real education happens when you become curious about the world and hungry for knowledge. Real education happens when you read books that challenge your thinking, when you take courses that expand your skills, when you seek mentors who have wisdom you don't have, when you put yourself in environments that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Make learning a lifestyle. Read every day. Listen to podcasts. Watch educational content. Attend seminars. Take courses. Study people who are where you want to be. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from other people's mistakes. Learn from success. Learn from failure. Learn about money. Learn about health. Learn about relationships. Learn about psychology. Learn about leadership. Learn about communication. Learn about your industry. Learn about adjacent industries. Learn about history. Learn about science. Learn about art. Never stop being a student, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop leading. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start going backward. Stay hungry. Stay curious. Stay learning. Now let me bring this all together for you. These shoe rules are not complicated. They're simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. Everyone knows what they need to do. Very few people actually do it. Everyone wants the results. Very few are willing to follow the rules. Everyone wants to transform their life. Very few are willing to transform their habits, their mindset, and their character. These rules will change your life, but only if you actually implement them. Only if you live by them. Only if you make them non-negotiable principles that guide every decision you make. Hey, you don't need to be perfect. You're going to mess up. You're going to have days where you don't follow these rules. You're going to have moments of weakness. That's okay. What matters is that you recommit. What matters is that you get back on track. What matters is that you don't let one bad day turn into one bad week, one bad month, or one bad year. What matters is that you keep showing up, keep working, keep growing, keep giving, keep learning, keep pushing forward even when it's hard. The life you want is available to you. The success you dream about is achievable. The person you aspire to be is within your reach. But it's all on the other side of these principles. It's all waiting for you to step up and commit. It's all dependent on whether you're willing to follow these rules with everything you've got. Are you willing? Are you ready? Are you committed? Because talk is cheap. Everyone says they want to change. Everyone says they want success. But when it comes down to it, most people aren't willing to do what it takes. I'm challenging you right now to be different. I'm challenging you to take these true rules and make them your new operating system. I'm challenging you to look at your life and identify where you're breaking these rules, then fix it. I'm challenging you to stop making excuses and start making progress. I'm challenging you to stop being average and start being exceptional. I'm challenging you to stop settling and start soaring. These rules will change your life, but you have to change first. You have to commit first. You have to decide first. Your life is in your hands. Your future is your responsibility. Your success is up to you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to follow these rules for you. Nobody's going to do the work for you. This is on you. Every single day, you're either following these rules and moving toward the life you want, or you're breaking these rules and staying where you are. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The opportunity is yours. What are you going to do with it? Take these rules, write them down, post them where you can see them every day, review them every morning. Live by them every moment. Make them your code. Make them your standard. Make them your way of life. And watch how everything changes. Watch how your results improve. Watch how your confidence grows. Watch how opportunities appear. Watch how your life transforms. These rules have changed millions of lives. They can change yours too, but only if you follow them, only if you commit to them, only if you live them. The question is not whether these rules work. The question is whether you work them. Now go, execute, transform, become who you were created to be.